Thank you. God the Father.
He's with us. They're like, you're not fighting each other already.
Police reform consists of the reconstruction and training and redirection of the police funds. It also consists of a better approach toward community policing. We all want to live in a world where we get along with police, don't we? But we are upset. Why does equality seem so hard? Why does it feel so far-fetched? This is what many of us feel. So what do? We advocate for police reform.
I think that police reform would change modern day policing more than we could even understand, and I think that it's something that needs to happen because the things that have been going on in the media recently and the killings of innocent people is ridiculous and it's out of hand, and the training methods is not enough. Seeing as a barber has to be trained hundreds of hours more than a police officer just blows my mind, and these are supposed to be the people protecting us. So I think police reform is something that has to happen. It needs to happen. I think it's very clear that it needs to happen, and I think that it would benefit everyone extreme amounts.
Personally, I'm not a big fan of it, but why does it take rioting? Why does it take looting? Protest after protest. Why do we have to fight to be equal as everyone else? Why do we have to fight to get what was already given to us? We don't have these things. We want change, and we want to see it done now.
So what inspired me to be a part of the police reform group was an encounter I had with the police back when I was younger. Me and my mother, we lived in Miami at the time. We were driving, and we were pulled over by the police and told to get out the car. And the police had their guns drawn. We were afraid for our lives. I mean, it was crazy. We were just law-abiding citizens driving, and we happened to get pulled over, and the police acted very violently towards us. So that's one of the reasons why.
Me personally, I have not had any negative run-ins with police officers in my area. I rarely have any encounters with police, but my roommate and one of my best friends, he has had a couple run-ins with police, and where he's been stereotyped based on the color of his skin, and to me that's just sickening and drives me nuts, seeing that somebody that I care about is out there being profiled based off of something that he can't help, and he's not being judged on the content of his character, and instead based on the color of his skin by somebody that's supposed to be sworn to protect him. So that doesn't sit well with me. And I think that's one of the main reasons why police reform has to happen, and very quickly.
In the year 2014, Eric Garner. In the year 2012, Trayvon Martin. And this year, 2020, Breonna Taylor. Can you believe that they declined to press charges? The most upsetting and disappointing thing that we're dealing with today is our leadership's lack of interest to tackle this specific subject. He doesn't see anything wrong with it. He just sees the people protesting as animals, as Antifa, or as people that, need to be locked up. But many of these people are hardworking people that just want to be heard, that just want equality. Where do we go and what do we do when we have a leadership that refuses to lead in a specific situation like this? And what makes it worse, we have a large group of people that are following right behind them that believe we are all delusional and that none of this exists. Look around. How can any of this not exist? How can this many people be angry at the same thing, but hey, doesn't exist? Ignore it, move on. There's a lot wrong, and a lot of people's priorities are all screwed up. But you know what? Let's advocate for police reform.
What piqued my interest in police reform is just seeing the news and seeing the media over the last couple months, and talking to friends and family about how they feel about it and how it's affecting them personally, and just hearing from them that they're scared to even have any kind of run-in with a police officer that they're scared for their own safety, it just breaks my heart, and that's obviously not right.
In a phone interview, his lawyer says Pantaleo told the grand jury he subdued Garner with a technique taught at the police academy.
He indicated that he never used the chokehold. It was never his intent to utilize the chokehold. He never intended to apply any force to the individual's neck, and any contact with the neck was incidental.
Today, the head of the police union, Pat Lynch, supported Pantaleo and blamed Garner.
So we feel badly that there was a loss of life. But unfortunately, Mr. Gardner made a choice that day to resist arrest.
Education plays a big role in policing, especially because they only have 6 months of the academy to become a police officer, which really isn't enough. So education is very important, and I feel like they need more training, more skills, more time to really deal with people, because being a police officer, your job is to protect and serve, not to be the bully or the big boy on the playground.
This goes back to what I was saying before. There has to be some change, but it starts from above and it trickles down to us.